the Eisenhower Matrix. I cannot plan my weeks without it. And I think it'll be easier to just show you how I do it using my iPad. So let's just get into it. I'm going to explain to you what it is, how I use it, and how you can use it as well. Dwight D. Eisenhower, former president of the US, is basically named after him. He said this really famous quote, right? I have two kinds of problems, the urgent and the important. The urgent are not important, and the important are never urgent. Dwight Eisenhower was known to be this like really great productivity kind of guy, and I guess you would hope so for a president. And I think this might be a good place to pause and actually think about what is the difference between urgency and importance. Urgency looks at something that is time sensitive. It needs to be done right now, or at least you're being told that it needs to be done right now. And then for your tasks that are important, importance is basically something that is important to you. There is value in it, and it will help you to get further in whatever area it is in life that you want to get further to. So it's not necessarily important for others, and others may even see that thing as not important because it's unique to you, but it's valuable and it's going to help you move forward in the direction that you aspire to move into. Now that that's clarified, this basically looks at the tasks that are urgent, important, not important, and not urgent, and it splits it out into this matrix where we've got urgent and important. So if you have a task that is both urgent and important, you need to do this ASAP. So basically, I would just say put these tasks right at the start of your week. If you then have a task that is not urgent but is still equally important, you can schedule it for later in the week. Put these tasks in different free blocks that you have later. So now let's look at tasks that are urgent but not important. So this one is called just get somebody else to do it.
Excuse me, can you record me real quick? Can you record me real quick?
Get somebody else to do it.
You can just basically delegate these tasks to someone else, or you can outsource that task. So it's urgent in that it needs to be done by Tuesday. Today it's Sunday. It needs to be done by Tuesday. It's got a deadline that is coming quite soon, but it's not important to you. Like, it's not going to help you improve in different areas or help you get further to where you need to get to. And then for tasks that are not urgent, so they're not time sensitive, they don't have like this deadline that's coming really soon, and they're also not important, then these get absolutely binned, okay? These are the tasks that do not make it to your schedule. We don't think about them, we completely disregard them now, okay? So that is basically the Eisenhower Matrix. It's really helpful because a lot of the time we just have these large to-do lists, right? These huge to-do lists, and we just go and we tick them off and we tick them off without really considering, okay, does this need to be ticked off right now today? Is it urgent? And even if it is urgent, well, is it important? Does it actually help me? So with this planner, you then write your task dump. So you write all your to-do. I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do this, I need to do that. And then you can also look at how you will improve by 1% this week. But then the most important thing now is that you're taking all of these tasks here, all of your to-do list, basically your task dump, and you're putting it into these different categories that we just looked at. Is it urgent? Is it important? Is it this? Is it that? And if it is, then what do we need to do? Do we need to put these tasks at the start of the week? Do we need to do them ASAP? Or can we schedule them later when we have some free blocks? Or can we actually just delegate / outsource them? Or do we need to just throw this in the bin? This is something that I did a couple of weeks ago, and as you can see, I had a lot of different tasks that I needed to do that were on my mind. I also thought about how I'd improve by 1% that week, and I said I want to get out of bed, not just wake up, like my eyes wake up. I want to be out of bed by 5:10 a.m. Anyway, so now I looked at all these tasks, I wrote them down, literally like just dumped all the tasks, and then I split them into the Eisenhower Matrix, and I considered their urgency and their importance. And then I split all of these tasks that you can see here into all of the various different boxes. And I found something that I needed to completely bin was an end of module survey that my uni kept asking me to do. I literally didn't have the time to do it, and it was not urgent, and it was also not important to me. I then found, like, for example, I had an assignment due that was urgent because it had a looming deadline, and it's also important to me because like I needed to get that A. I put it here at the top. It was urgent and important, so I scheduled it for the start of my week. And then there were some things that just weren't important, but they were urgent. For example, I needed to sort out this hairstyle that I wanted to get, and I was like, I don't need to do that myself. I can get someone else to do it, although it's urgent. And there was an exec summary that needed to be done for a report. There was a looming deadline, but I didn't need to be the one to do it. I could delegate it. It wasn't important to me, so I put it in that box. I wanted to do some wider reading for my dissertation. It was definitely important because it will help me later down the line, but it wasn't necessarily urgent. So I slot this in for different times where I had free blocks throughout the week. Also, the school that I help govern, they were just considering different things with trusts, and I needed to do some wider reading on this. So again, it wasn't urgent, there wasn't a deadline, but it was important. And that's how I go about that. I think without the Eisenhower method, I could have been very stuck, because let's just think about stealing lots of time back into your day, right? If you have this really long to-do list that spans across 2 pages, you will basically waste your time doing all of those things in this day, or trying to do all of those things in 1 day or 2 days or whatever it is, but you're not utilizing your time properly, because maybe the stuff that you've put on your to-do list, they don't need to be done by you. Maybe the stuff you've put on your to-do list are neither urgent or important, and you've just wasted your time completing a task that won't help you move forward in the direction that you need to, and isn't urgent anyway. Like no one needs it like that. Instead, you should split your to-do list into the Eisenhower method and establish what needs to be done first, establish what needs to be done later, what can be absolutely binned, and then what also can be delegated. You're going to save yourself so much time by doing this. I have another video here, practical steps on what I do to save myself over 20 hours a week. Yes, I did say save myself 20 hours per week. So if you want to check that out, and if you want to know some of my secrets, check it out. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video has blessed you in the way that it needed to bless you, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.